Hello everyone, myself Chaitra, Department of Mathematics, GSIPU College, Mysore. So in this class, we are going to discuss first chapter, that is number theory. So weightage of this chapter is 10 marks. So in this chapter, we will study about number systems and their properties and applications. So first number system. First number system is natural numbers. Natural numbers. So natural numbers means counting numbers 1, 2, 3, etc. are called natural numbers. This set of all natural numbers is denoted by capital N. Okay. So next number system is whole numbers. Means natural numbers including 0 are called whole numbers. This set is denoted by W. Set is denoted by W. So next number system is integers. Means 0 here positive numbers. So including negative numbers, so plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, up to etc. So this set is denoted by Z R I. Z R I. So plus or minus 1, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 5, etc. are called odd integers. So next 0, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 4, plus or minus 6, etc. are called even integers. Called even integers. Next 1, 2, 3, etc. are called positive integers. Are called positive integers. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, etc. are called negative integers. Here observe 0 is even number, but 0 is neither positive nor negative. Okay. So next number system is prime numbers. Prime numbers. An integer greater than 1. An integer greater than 1 is said to be a prime number if it has only two divisors, that is 1 and itself. It has only two divisors, 1 and itself. For example, consider 2. It has only two divisors, 1 and 2. Next number 3. 3 is also, it is also has only two divisors, 1 and 3. Next 4. So 4, it has three divisors. So 1, 2 and 4. Therefore, it is not a prime number. Okay. So prime numbers are only 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, etc. Okay. Observe here 2. 2 is only even prime number. So remaining prime numbers are odd numbers. So next concept is composite number. Composite number. Composite number means an integer greater than 1. An integer greater than 1 which is not a prime number. An integer greater than 1 which is not a prime number is called a composite numbers. Examples 4, 6, 8, 9, etc. These are called composite numbers. Okay. So next concept, fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Fundamental theorem. Fundamental theorem of arithmetic. It states that every composite number can be expressed as a product of prime numbers. Fundamental theorem of arithmetic. It states that every composite number can be expressed as a product of prime numbers, and this representation is unique. For example, so we represent using prime factorization method. Means prime factorization method means divide a given number by only prime numbers. Divide a given number by only prime numbers until we get a prime number. For example, so consider a composite number 4. Okay, so divide by using prime factorization method. So first divide by prime number. So 2. So therefore 4 can be written as 2 into 2 or 2 square 2 times. So 4 can be written as 2 square. So consider next composite number 6. So divide by using prime factorization method means divide by prime number only. So first prime number is 2. So 2 3 until we get a prime number. Okay. So 6 can be written as 2 into 3. So next consider for example 35. Okay. Divide 35 can be written as divide by 5. 5 7. So this can be written as 5 into 7. Next consider 24. Next composite number. So divide by 2. 2 ones are 2 twos are. Again divide by 2. 2 sixes are. So 2 threes are. So divide until we get a prime number. So 24 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 or 2 to the power of 3 into 3. So 24 can be written as 2 to the power of 3 into 3. So this representation is also called prime factorization theorem. Means fundamental theorem of arithmetic, it states that every composite numbers can be expressed as product of prime numbers. Here observe 2, 3 are prime number, 5, 7 prime numbers, 2, 3. So every composite number can be expressed as product of prime numbers. This representation is unique, okay, irrespective of the order of the numbers. So this representation is also called prime factorization theorem. Prime factorization theorem or canonical representation. Prime factorization theorem or canonical representation. So in general, so consider a composite number denoted by n, so express it as product of prime numbers. So right, first consider first prime number is denoted by p1, so power in general alpha 1. So into second prime number p2, power in general denoted by alpha 2, into etc. up to last prime number is denoted by pn, so power is alpha to the power of n. This is the canonical representation of the composite number n. So we use this representation to calculate number of positive divisors of the given number. So using the formula, to calculate number of positive divisors. number of positive divisors of given complex number. Here consider complex number la. So to calculate number of positive divisors of n, so n means given number, composite number. So using the formula T of n is equal to 1 plus alpha 1 into 1 plus alpha 2 into 1 plus alpha 3 up to 1 plus alpha n. We can also use this representation to calculate sum of all positive divisors. Sum of all positive divisors of a given composite number n using the formula. We use the formula S of n. S of n is equal to p1 to the power of alpha 1 plus 1 minus 1 divided by p1 minus 1 into p to the power of alpha 2 plus 1 minus 1 whole thing divided by p2 minus 1 into up to pn, last prime number is pn power alpha n plus 1 minus 1 whole thing divided by pn minus 1. So these are the formulas to calculate number of positive divisors of a given composite number and sum of all positive divisors of a given composite number. Suppose in the expansion, suppose if we have only two prime numbers, then formula it will become T of n is equal to 1 plus alpha 1 into 1 plus alpha 2. Suppose it contains three prime numbers, then formula will become 1 plus alpha 1 into 1 plus alpha 2 into 1 plus alpha 3. So similarly, suppose if we have only two prime numbers, then the formula, this one, it becomes S of n is equal to p1 to the power of alpha 1 plus 1 minus 1 divided by p1 minus 1 into p to the power of alpha 2 plus 1 minus 1 divided by p2 minus 1. Suppose if we have three prime numbers, next one more term, p3 to the power of alpha 3 plus 1 minus 1 divided by p3 minus 1. Okay. So next let us discuss some problems using these two formulas. First main, give the canonical representation. Give the canonical representation of the following. So first problem, 96. Okay, 96. So first divide 96 by using prime factorization method. So first divide by prime number. First consider 2. So even number, so it is exactly divisible by 2. So 2 4s are 8, next 16, 2 8s. Again divide by 2, 2 2s are 2 4s. Again even number, it is exactly divisible by 2. So 2 1s are 2 2s are, again divide by 2, 2 6s are, again divide by 3. So 2. So 2 3s are. So divide until we get a prime number. 3 is a prime number. So 96 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 or 2. 1 2 3 4 5 times. So 2 to the power of 5 into 2 to the power of 5 into 3. 3 or 3 to the power of 1. So this representation is called canonical representation. Okay, so next problem, second one, 140. Okay, so first divide by 2, even number, so it is exactly divisible by 2. 2 7s are, so 2 zeros are, so 2 70s are 140. Again divide by 2. 2 3s are 6. So next 10. So 2 5s are. Again it is not divisible by 2. Next consider next prime number 3. So it is not divisible by 3. Next consider next prime number 5. 5 7s. So 7 is a prime number. So this can be expressed as 2 into 2. So 2 times. So 2 to the power of 2 into 5 into 7. So 5 into 7 or 5 to the power of 1 into 7 to the power of 1. So this is the canonical representation of 140. Okay. So next number. So next problem. Third one is 156. 156. So divide by using prime factorization method. So first divide by 2. 2 7s are, 2 8s are, 14 16, 2 8s are. Again divide by 2. 2 3s are 6. So 18, 2 9s are. So it is not a even number, so not divisible by 2. Next consider next prime number 3. So 3 1s are, so 3 3s are 9. So 13 is a prime number. So stop here. So therefore 156 can be written as 2 into 2. So 2 square into 3 into 13. 3 into 13. This is the canonical representation of 156. Okay. So next problem. Next main, second main. Next, second main. Find the number of positive divisor. Number of divisors or positive divisors. Number of divisors of the following numbers. Following numbers. So first problem, 3 to the power of 4 into 5 to the power of 3 into 7 to the power of 2. Okay. Observe, here we want to find out number of positive divisors of the given number. So it is already in the form of canonical representation. So compare, this is in the form of P1. P1 to the power of alpha 1 into P to the power of alpha 2 into P3 O to the power of alpha 3. There implies we get P1. P1 means 3. P1 is equal to 3. In place of P2 we have 5. So P2 means 5. Next P3. P3 means 7. Next similarly alpha 1. Alpha 1 means power of P1. So that is 4. Next alpha 2. Alpha 2 means 3. Next alpha 3. Alpha 3 means 2. Next use the formula. We know the formula to calculate number of positive divisors of the given number is T of n is equal to 1 plus alpha 1. Okay. Here we have 3 prime numbers. Okay. So formula becomes, it will becomes 1 plus alpha 1 into 1 plus alpha 2 into 1 plus alpha 3. 3 prime numbers. So up to alpha 3. So substitute here. Substitute the values of alpha 1, alpha 2 and alpha 3. 1 plus alpha 1. Alpha 1 means 4. 4 into 1 plus alpha 2 means 3 into 1 plus alpha 3 means 2. Next, simplify. 1 plus 4, 5 into 1 plus 3, 4 into 1 plus 2, 3. So 5 into 4 into 3. So that is 60. Okay. So means the number 3 to the power of 4 into 5 to the power of 3 into 7 to the power of 2, it has 60 positive divisors. Okay. So next problem, second one. Second problem, 4896. Okay. So first represent given number in the canonical form. So by using prime factorization method. So first divide given number by using prime numbers. So first consider, so last unit digit is in unit place we have even number. So the whole number is exactly divisible by 2. So 2 2s are 2 4s are 8. Next 2 4s are 8, 16. 2 8s are. So next divide by, again divide by 2. 2 1s are 2 2s are 2 2s are 4, 2 4s are 8. Next again divide by even number, so divide by 2. 2 6s are 2 1s are 2 2s are. Next again even number, so divide by, divisible by 2. 2 3s are, observe here, carefully observe here. 2 3s are 6. So next number is 1. 1 is less than 1. So 2 zeros are 0. So next number it will become 12. 2 6 are. So don't write 36 is 306. 2 into 306 is 612. Carefully here, don't write 36. Okay. So next again even number divisible by 2. 2 1s are, next 10, 2 5s are, 2 3s are 6. Again no, it is not a even number. So next consider next prime number is 3. So verify it is divisible by 3 or not. So 3 plus 5 8, 8 plus 1 9. So 9 is divisible by 3. So therefore whole number is also divisible by 3. So divide by 3. 3 5s are, so 3 1s are. Again divide by 3. 3 1s are, 3 7s are. So 17 is a prime number. So stop here. So therefore this can be written as 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 17 or 2. 1 2 3 4 5 times. 2 to the power of 5 into 3. 3 2 times. 3 square into 17. 17 is a prime number. 17 or 7 to the power of 1. So there implies we have P1. P1 means 2. Next P2. P2. P2 means 3. Next P3. P3 means 17. Next alpha 1. Alpha 1 means power of P1, that is 5. Next alpha 2. Alpha 2 means that is 2. Next alpha 3. Alpha 3 is equal to 1. So now use the formula. We know that Tn is equal to, we have 3 prime numbers. So formula will become 1 plus alpha 1 into 1 plus alpha 2 into 1 plus alpha 3. Now substitute the values of alpha 1, alpha 2 and alpha 3. 1 plus alpha 1, alpha 1 means 5 into 1 plus alpha 2, alpha 2 means 2 into 1 plus alpha 3, alpha 3 means 1. Next 1 plus 5, that is 6 into 1 plus 2, 3 into 1 plus 1, 2. So 6 into 3 into 2, that is 36. So means 36 means the number 4896, it has 36 positive divisors. Okay, thank you.